8度4番nuôi. Chào bé bé. 8度4番nuôi. Chào bé bé. 8 độ 4 quan nuôi. Chào bé bé. 8 độ 4 quan nuôi.
Several districts in Beijing were once again battered by intense torrential rainfall, unleashing a fresh wave of landslides across the capital's mountainous outskirts. Days of unrelenting downpours drenched triggering sudden collapses. Enormous debris flows severed critical road links, damaged infrastructure, and forced mass evacuations of urban peripheries and rural townships.
Chào bé bé. 8 độ 4 quan nuôi.
Among the hardest hit areas were Mentigu District, Fangshan District, and mountainous sections of Beijing and Yunnan. In some pockets, rainfall totals for the week exceeded 200 mm, pushing already unstable slopes well beyond their threshold. These regions had previously been marked as high risk by Beijing's municipal geological monitoring system. One of the incidents unfolded on the morning of July 27th in Mentigu, where continuous rainfall for several days culminated in a powerful landslide.
Chào bé bé.
At approximately 7:30 a.m., a waterlogged slope collapsed near National Highway G109, a vital transportation corridor connecting Beijing to its western hinterlands. Roughly 15,000 cubic meters of mud, rock, and vegetation buried about 70 meters of roadway, cutting off all traffic and isolating multiple hillside communities. Authorities had placed the site under watch after warnings that prolonged rainfall was steadily weakening the clay-rich layers. Thanks to these alerts, evacuation orders were issued only hours before the collapse, sparing lives. Within minutes, emergency teams from transport, geology, and fire brigades mobilized and established a forward command post on higher ground. Drones, radar imaging, and heavy excavators were deployed to survey damage and begin clearance. By evening, workers had carved out a temporary one-lane bypass and were installing protective mesh and rock bolts to stabilize the slope. Less than 24 hours later, another large landslide struck Fangshan District. On the afternoon of July 28th, after 5 consecutive days of rain, a steep ridge above Shidu Township gave way. The slide, about 300 meters across, sent over 20,000 cubic meters of material tumbling downslope, with some boulders as large as compact cars crashing into agricultural fields. Although no homes were directly hit, emergency teams swiftly evacuated residents from downstream valleys. Geological surveys later revealed that cracks had been forming in the hillside for weeks, with heavy rainfall serving as the final trigger for collapse. Elsewhere across Beijing's mountainous periphery, from Huairou's Yangtze Basin to the winding corridors of Yunnan, smaller slides caused repeated disruptions. Rural roads were blocked for hours, utility lines were snapped, and croplands were buried beneath mud and debris. In many cases, crews worked through the night to restore access and prevent further isolation of villages. Beijing's advanced disaster monitoring and response systems played a crucial role in reducing casualties. Real-time rainfall gauges, slope vibration detectors, and drone reconnaissance helped identify high-risk zones and direct resources quickly. In recent years, the capital has invested heavily in modernizing its disaster preparedness infrastructure, reflecting a commitment to minimizing the impacts of natural hazards in densely populated areas. Between July 25th and 29, as heavy rains and landslides unfolded, authorities reacted with urgency. Within just 24 hours of the first major collapse, more than 3,000 emergency personnel had been deployed across multiple districts. These included geologists, search and rescue units, firefighting brigades, and transport engineers.